Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. The International Criminal Police Organization may serve arrest warrants in the Philippines that the International Criminal Court may issue. This comes after Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla said they will not stop the Interpol from doing so. Remulla added that while the ICC cannot execute arrests, it can request the organization to carry out such actions. He also noted that the Philippines remains a member of the Interpol. Former Senator Sonny Trillanes had previously revealed 5 officials that the ICC had supposedly tagged as suspects in its drug war probe.
We are not in the business of blocking any movement of the Interpol unless a policy is laid out, which of course will go against our international commitments. Pag hinarang mo yan, magkakaroon tayo ng repercussions sa country. Pag-aralan pa rin namin kung anong pwedeng gawin.
Now, in other news, the Justice Department insisted that suspended Bamban-Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo is still in the Philippines. This as Guo is still hiding from authorities after the Senate served an arrest warrant against her. The preliminary investigation on the qualified human trafficking complaint against Guo and others will continue on August 6th. Meanwhile, the Commission on Elections confirmed that Guo's fingerprint on her election records match those of Chinese citizen Guo Huaping. COMELEC Chairman George Garcia said the COMELEC Unbank will tackle this finding with its law department next week.
Kung sakali mang maging aksyon ng komisyon ay i-adapt ang recommendation ng Law Department, ng investigating panel, ay magkakaroon naman ng isa pang tinatawag na preliminary investigation o formal complaint na filing at makakasagot naman si Mayor Alice Guo tungkol sa akusasyon sa kanya.
Well, Undersecretary Gilbert Cruz of PAOK explains the events that led to the arrest of a so-called Pogo Big Boss in Benguet. And here's an excerpt from his interview on Storycon.
Could you trace to us how things developed from Porac at naituro dun sa Tuba yung direction ng investigasyon?
Meron po, may mga natanggap lang po tayong impormasyon na yung iba pong nagtatakbuhan. Kasi nga ho, hindi ho ba nagkaroon ng leakage tayo sa Porac, ano? And because of that leakage, yung iba ho talagang nagtago kung saan-saan. May mga nakuha tayo sa party po ng Metro Manila, may nakuha po tayo sa party po ng Pampanga, at meron ho dun sa party North. Eto, yung isang impormasyon, yun nga ho, pumunta nga po ron sa isang subdivision, at yun nga ho, pinapuntahan natin with the BI operatives po, with the mission order po, nagpunta po sila doon.
So sir, you had credible... sige, go ahead, Ami.
Yung section na verify na ba kung sino talaga ang may-ari ng bahay? Kasi pati yung mga kapitbahay daw doon ang tinuturo si former spokesperson Harry Roque, wala silang ibang tinuturo eh.
At saka doon sa Homeowners Association ay Vice President pala yung asawa ni ex-human rights lawyer Harry Roque.
Oo. At kayo po ano yung na-verify na ninyo?
Tama po yun. Actually, personally ho, in 2 occasions po, binanggit po ni, hindi ko lang ho alam kung 2 occasions or binanggit na po during our congressional hearing yesterday na may interest nga raw po si former spokesperson Harry Roque doon sa bahay na yun. Ang sabi niya nga po, talaga napupunta po siya doon sa bahay na yun. Pero ang kwento niya po kahapon, yun daw po ay parang family corporation at yun nga may interest, malaki nga daw po yung interest niya doon sa bahay na yun.
And now let's take a quick look at today's other headlines. In the Philippine Star, Vice President Sara Duterte still has over 300 security personnel. Justice Chief Boying Remulla says that's bigger than the security detail of President Bongbong Marcos. Now this comes after some 75 cops were recalled from VP Sara's security group. And in business world, headline inflation likely accelerated in July but remained within the central bank's target range. Analysts yielded a median estimate of 4% for the consumer price index in July. This matches the lower end of the 4 to 4.8% forecast of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Moving on to another story, aprobado na sa Kamara ang panukalang pag-legalize ng medical marijuana sa bansa. Pero ano-anong sakit nga ba ang pwedeng maggamot nito? At para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, we have Mobile Journal Denise Valdesancho.
Matagal nang isinusulong ng ilang grupo na gawing legal ang medical use ng cannabis o marijuana. Suportado na rin yan ng maraming kongresista. Ikaw, pabor ka rin ba? July 30, nang aprubahan sa third and final reading ng Kamara ang House Bill 10439 o ang Access to Medical Cannabis Bill. 177 na kongresista ang pumabor sa panukala. Tig-siyam naman ang tumutol at nag-abstain. Ayon sa bill, magkakaroon ng Medical Cannabis Office na mangangasiwa sa pagpapatupad. Para naman sa primary care at family physician na si Dr. Dex Macalintal, mainam na linawin muna ang nilalaman ng panukala bago isabatas.
Tama na merong office na magre-regulate. Pero sino yung magmaman doon? Saan manggagaling ang training ng mga tao na magmaman doon?
Sa ngayon, ilang bansa na ang gumagamit ng medical cannabis para sa mga taong may epilepsy, cancer at multiple sclerosis. Pero kung gagawin itong legal sa Pilipinas, dapat na magkaroon pa raw ng masusing pag-aaral.
Kasi sa ngayon, kulang pa ang ebidensya o kulang pa yung mga pag-aaral, limitado pa. Pwede siyang illegalize pero dapat alam natin kung ano yung legalized amount at dapat alam din natin kung paano siya gamitin. At sino mananagot kapag may nangyari.
Kilala kasi aniya ang marijuana na prone to abuse at dependence. At kailangang maging malinaw ang components para hindi maging addictive para sa mga pasyente.
Dalawa yan, yung CBD at saka yung THC. So kapag hindi tama yung proportion, pwede talaga magkaroon ng problema. So may potential na maka-addict or makamatay. Kapag ganon, maraming ethics na dinadaanan, ethics board na dinadaanan.
Kaya dapat daw nahanda rin ang mga doktor na may malaking gagampanan para maipatupad ng tama ang medical cannabis.
So kinakailangan kami mga doktor may training ng tama sa paggamit niyan. Malaman namin yung indication, yung dosage, yung side effects na pwedeng i-expect. At saka lang namin siya i-reseta kung appropriate sa pasyente.
Malayo pa ang dulo para sa mga nagsusulong na gawing legal sa panggagamot ang marijuana, lalo na at sa Kamara pa lamang ito napapasa at nakabinbin pa sa Senado. Mobile Journal Denise Valdesancho po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.